This is Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
There's some weird vibe going on in the air today. That's why we got you on the air today, Judge Joe Brown, to talk about what's going down, not only in Tinseltown, but all around the town, all around the world even. How you doing today?
All right, young man. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I got to ask you, there's a couple of things I want to touch bases upon, but I just want to get your quick thoughts about President Trump's meeting with Kim-Jong-un, the North Korean leader. What's your take on that?
A good thing. Very good. A very good thing. It's always best to keep up a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of what goes on in terms of people saying what they either are or are not going to do has nothing to do with what goes on behind the scenes in diplomatic channels anyway. It's basically for home front consumption.
Mm-hmm.
See, like that thing, for example, he decides he's not going to have the war games with the South Koreans. Well, that might be a way for Kim to save face with his people.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. See, the truth of the matter is anytime you have a large society, you have a lot of internal pressure, hostility, and aggression that builds up amongst the people in your society. And it's bad when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So when you set up an outside opponent as a villain, dirty Germans, dirty French, dirty English, paper imperialists, et cetera, red commies and all of this other stuff. What happens is you set up our team versus their team. So people inside your population tend to start being team members, and they focus on the outside threat or the enemy or the opposite team, and they lose track of what's making them mad at home.
Mm.
So a lot of what we are accustomed to is not what's really going on anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fruit thrown out there for public consumption because of the people that want to get hysterical or worked up about something. When they do that, it relieves stress in the internal situation, which, by the way, is a problem I spoke to you about we're having as black people. Unfortunately, we serve a function for the American society. And what that is we are internal scapegoats who do a most excellent job of being vicarious scapegoats, so that the mainstream, when they get all weirded out, feeling oppressed and down and out, mad and everything, they can blame us for all of their ills instead of blaming themselves.
Mm. You
see, right after we had the civil rights thing and we were switching over into militancy, that was when you had all of that anti-war stuff back in the late mid-60s, and young white kids who found it, implausible to try and scapegoat black kids or black folk anymore because it wasn't the thing to do. What did they do? They turned on their own institutions.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as there's us as an internal scapegoat, it relieves a lot of interpersonal hostility and aggression, so the rest of them can act more cohesively as a collective, even if they exclude us. Bad thing, but it is what it is.
Mm. What are your take, speaking of women, what is your take on the Alice Johnson pardon from a clemency thing from Donald Trump, the black woman from Memphis?
a disgrace.
Why you say that?
I think he was trying to do right, but why is he listening to airhead Kim Kardashian? She can't sing. She can't dance, apparently. The only thing I can see that she did was playing a junior grade porn flick with Ray J and show us that she's got cellulite, a whole lot of it on her flabby behind. She seems to have trimmed up since then. And she makes $4.95, $7.95 a hit on, adult media, and the hotels and motels are on Comcast or Direct TV. That's how the family gets their money.
Wow.
And she's an airhead, so that makes her an authority on prison reform. Well, let's take this other woman she's trying to get pardoned, who was a victim of sexual assault. Well, actually, it turns out she was a junior grade prostitute. She solicited this man who was kind of out of it to take her home. And then when he fell asleep, she shot him in the back of the head and robbed him. Yeah, great victimless thing. Now, I was talking to some boys, youth, yesterday. And what happened was, do you remember the Carruthers situation?
Yeah.
Some people got kidnapped and buried alive with their mothers under some caskets and some funerals.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was in fifth grade when that happened.
That Johnson woman was on the other side. She was tied up with that.
Oh, wow.
See, so this wasn't any one bag of cocaine deal. This woman went to trial on having 6,600 pounds of 95% pure cocaine. That's 3,000 kilos.
Wow.
She ran that racket from New Orleans up to Louisville to Atlanta to Chicago. All of the crack that was coming into the black community in this area was brought in through her machination. She ordered the dope. The money went to her. She sent the dope to the money to the Colombians. The dope went to her. She distributed to the street gangs. That woman caused a lot of folk to die by drive-bys. She caused a lot of people to die on hits. She caused a lot of people to OD. She caused a lot of crack babies. That was the facilitator. There is a McDonald. Why didn't he pardon McDonald? He got 25 years just like he got life just like she did. There's another woman person got 19 years. And were a bunch of witnesses that went into the federal witness protection program. And some of them, in return for their testimony, got 10 years. So we're not dealing with any one little bag of coke, some nonsense you picked up off of you heard it on Mike TV, who's got this thing that any drug crime is a victimless crime. You got a major drug dealer, a queen pin, a drug queen. And she should have gotten the death penalty if they had such a thing. She was that bad. And I'm sure I talked to one of the boys yesterday, and his uncle and a great aunt were one of the people that got buried alive.
Wow.
And there are some people that are glad she's out of jail because they want to run into her. But let me just say that. Now, I've got somebody just gave me a side call reminding that I've got something else I got to do. So let's wrap this up on this one. We can have another episode. But that's me doing my pontifications for the day.
Well, yes, sir. Well, Judge, it's always an honor to have you bless us with your wisdom and insight and unique perspective on all things human and humane. I want to thank you in the words of the great Duke Ellington. We love you madly. Keep on producing and pushing, Judge. And
all right, brother. Keep doing it.
Yes, sir. We can find you at Judge. Is it at Judge Joe Brown? Okay.
At Judge Joe Brown TV on Twitter.
All right. Excellent. Take care, all Judge. Right. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, brother. Take it easy.
I will. Thanks.